match or moment, and tell me where you want to see of this Mania. Yeah, okay. And tell me where you hope to see the product go with certain characters. Where you want to is Roman ever going to be stopped again? Now he's turning into Lesnar, but will actually show up, or with Ryan and Asuka, or if you care where the Bros going, or you like to see if Bailey has something to say about getting thrown down to the ground. We'll start with Deron. What do you have to say about your favorite moment from the weekend?
I think my favorite match of the weekend was Sasha Banks, the Sasha Banks match versus Bianca. Like I said before, that stole the weekend for me. That is perfect ending to night one. Just Cinderella story for Bianca. More so Rapunzel with the hair. You know what I mean? Just like, it was awesome. The crack that the whip made when hitting Sasha Banks was unreal.
Yeah.
I'll combine the match and moment for that one just because how much I genuinely enjoyed that main event.
Great. Awesome answer. What do you have to say, Ryan?
Well, my favorite match is also Sasha and Bianca. And my favorite moment is from that as well, though it's not the whip. The favorite moment actually is when it was her father, I guess, so that makes it a little less cool. But a fan jumped up onto the barricade in celebration with Bianca. Again, it was her father. But just to see, again, we didn't get the babyface, go home happy on night 2, and I get why. Because, like you said, it was basically industry defining. Where's WWE SmackDown going to go from here? A part-timer, babyface, Roman, I get it. But it's always nice when you have that moment that just sends the fans into like a frenzy. I've been to one WrestleMania exactly. It was Kofi Mania. And I obviously wasn't at Raymond James Stadium this weekend, but I have to imagine that Bianca winning that title felt almost identical to when Kofi won the WWE title. It felt like Kofi Mania to me. And even though I was here celebrating, not, in there, I know what it felt like to celebrate that kind of win in a massive stadium. And so I think that's exactly my favorite moment, just because I know what that feeling is from experiencing it. And it was nice to see it happen. It made me feel good, and I wasn't even there. So,
all right. Hey, Jay, what do you got to say?
All right, so I think my favorite match, like between both nights together, would probably have to be the Roman, Daniel Bryan, and Edge match. Just because it felt so much like when I was like 12 and I was just sitting there watching like the main event of WrestleMania, everything's on the line. It almost felt real, like in a sense. Where we were like, all right, like I don't know what's about to happen. And watching Daniel Bryan get dropped to the table and like Edge spear Roman, like it was a bunch of crazy.
That was big,
right? And then like at the end, like the big dog wins. Like, all right, like damn, like Thanos won, right?
Yeah.
But I think my favorite moment though. Probably got to be RVD with his papers.
I will look at those papers. Now, we can celebrate with the legalization of weed in New York and New Jersey specifically. Almost here. But, yeah, exactly. We love seeing new businesses booming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, for me too, match and moment was that WrestleMania main event. It's been rare where I felt like so giddy and felt perfect story, even though it seems a little bit under that Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny was someone when you just watch something so fun. Like I got the same reaction when I watched an old Keenan and Kel episode, my favorite show growing up or something.
Oh, man.
But this was actually like so much emotions coming into it. It's so you just smile. I watched it on my iPad at home, and I had my cat was hanging out with me, and I was screaming on that at points, and he just hopped off. So it was just so much fun. Like I said, when wrestling hits its peak, and yeah, I will put on the record now as of April 13th at 11:24 Eastern Standard Time that Roman Reigns defeating Daniel Bryan and Edge at Mania 37 is my favorite match. And it will be a long time till that change. It was always that Rock, Stone Cold, and it lasted, 20 years, this is new change, because that's just where you have beyond wrestling, you had a perfect story unfold in front of a crowd. And for that, I will always love that match. So